Let's get high.
Hello, cadets. Welcome to the Big Monster Briefing Room. I am General Howitzer. There it is. And I am retired, and I salute you. And today on this show, we're going to be talking a little H.G. Wells' First Men in the Moon. But before we do that, let me bring up my able-bodied assistant, Master Sergeant Havoc. Oh,
howdy.
there you go.
Report for duty, sir.
Oh, yeah, got a little glitch there.
Oh.
You're breaking up.
I am. Oh.
Maybe it'll smooth itself out. Technical difficulties, folks. We are rampant with them sometimes. And that's no relation. I mean, that's no reflection on StreamYard, which we use, but there's a lot of other platforms. There's a lot more glitches, but we're actually very happy with StreamYard. But again, this month we are doing H.G. Wells, Jules Verne type stuff, and something else. So there it is. Okay, so Havoc's back. Let's go ahead and start our timeline, and we'll start talking through First Men in the Moon. There are some. This movie was made in the early '60s, before we actually sent people up in space. It's Columbia Picture. Excuse me. It's one of the Charles Schneer. He did Sinbad, he did Mysterious Island, and he did this one, Jason and the Argonauts, that kind of stuff. Usually he did Ray Harryhausen stuff. And this is First Man in the Moon, H.G. Wells.
Yeah. Well, Harryhausen did the effects for the movie, so.
Right. Yes, he did. So we have a spaceship that's hovering over the moon. They sent a capsule down. Again, this movie came out before this kind of thing really happened. So they got their shtick down. They did their homework. Again, the large ship sends the small capsule down to the surface. They check out the moon. I think it's, I don't know, darn fine coincidence that these guys land right next to where the little flag and note are placed. I mean, the moon's, it's not as big as Earth, but it's a pretty big place. And they land on just the exact same point that people from, 80 years earlier landed. So, yeah, we go through the rigmarole of the guys, getting ready to go out for a spacewalk on the moon. And that actually looks more streamlined than what we actually do send up. It's actually landed on the moon. There was a Andy Griffith show, I think it was in the late 70s, where the pilot was them going up to the moon to get all the moon stuff that they left on the moon.
Mm-hmm.
They were like a junk service, and they build their own
Mhm.
spacecraft. God, what was the name of that show?
It was called Salvage.
Salvage One.
Salvage One. Yep.
Salvage One. Yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah. So they find a British flag and a note saying, I claim this land for the Queen, and it's signed by Caver, Professor Joseph Caver, who's played in this movie by Lionel Jeffries. This movie is this whole movie is one big giant flashback.
Mhm.
So there they are finding the British flag. Again, it's a miracle that they just landed right next to it. Uh-oh, are we in a loop again? So they go to
It kind of looks like it.
the registrar's office. Oh, no. They go to the registrar's office. Again, we're pre-taping so we can stop at any time and restart it. But this is becoming very annoying.
Yes, it is.
All right. You wanna try again?
Well, let's see here. Okay, so this is a register,
Mm-hmm.
and they're trying to find the guys like Cavor.
It happened last week, folks.
Yeah. No, I think we're doing all right.
Okay. So that is Margaret Hoy. She's a dignitary who's trying to find this. Arnold Bedford is who they're trying to find because he's a witness on this document, I think. And he's still alive. He's in a nursing home. And his nursing home matron is like, oh, he's very old. And she's trying to protect him. And all these dignitaries come in to talk to him about landing on the moon 80 years earlier or so, maybe 70 years. And in the back there, in the gray Nehru jacket, is Martin Maitland, the character actor. He's playing Dr. Talk. And Stewart is the man who's talking. There he is, Martin Maitland. He's also in Man with the Golden Gun. He's the guy that gives the Man with the Golden Gun his bullets. His name's Lazar in that. But he's and that's Edward Judd under pretty impressive old age makeup for that time.
Yeah, it's actually pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah. And he does a good job of acting the old guy. So anyway, Stewart, which is played by Norman Bird, he's there, and he's I guess from the United States. And he's trying to find out what the hell happened. How did you get up on the moon? And leave. How did you and Caver get up there and leave this note up there and the flag? And then we go back to
it's an interesting story.
I will tell you. And they're amazed at the fact that this is true. This guy actually went to the moon and back, and he did it, almost a century ago. So now we go back in time to where Bedford is a young man, and he's living in a rented cottage next to a crazy guy.
Yeah.
Named Caver.
He's a playwright. He's looking for a place to write his play.
Yes. And Kate, his girlfriend, comes along in her little motor car. It's a motor car. My impersonation of Mr. Toad and his wild ride. I think that's the vest that Gert Frobel wears to his Goldfinger. I'm sorry. I'm a Bond fan. What can I say? It's a yellow vest with the little brown stripes. Anyway, so she thinks that he owns this cottage. It's like his aunt's cottage that she gave to him. And he's a compulsive liar, basically, is what it boils down to. Bedford's not a nice guy. And
he's trying to impress her now.
he wants to marry her, but yeah, he's got to sell this playwright. He's got to sell his play. He's starting to write, but he's just starting to write.
Mm-hmm.
And he's having like a writer's block problem. So, yeah, he's getting letters from his bill collectors and creditors, and he's trying to hide those from her. And she wants to marry him, and she's making it very clear she wants to marry him. And he's like, "Well, that's not right. The perfect time, right? But soon, we're gonna, yes." And then he comes across Caver again. And Caver's this crazy professor who's working on some experiment in his house, and he needs quiet, and he doesn't want anybody in that house next to him. So he goes over to talk to Bedford, and Kate's there, and he talks to her, and then he realizes, wait a minute, Gibbs is on the furnace. I got to go back to my place. And he runs across the lawn again. Gibbs! So Edward comes home, and she's telling him about crazy Caver, and he goes over to Caver because he's afraid that Caver's going to blow his cover, and tell Kate the wrong thing, which is the right thing because he's lying. And he just pulls the Caverite, which is a creation of his own, out of the furnace. And it's a paint that when you paint it on things, they have no weight. There's no magnetic pull.
Yep, it cancels out gravity.
Yes. So when he explains it to Bedford and shows it to Bedford in the fact that he paints the bottom of a chair, and Bedford goes, so if I was to sit on this chair, it would go up in the air. And that's exactly what happens. And he's like, oh, this is amazing. He's stuck to the roof.
Mm-hmm.
And he wants a piece of this product. So he says, I'll get you some money. I'll invest, and we can be partners. And the way he gets the money is that he has Kate sign documents selling the property for money. And again, it's not his property to sell. And there he is when he crashes down from the falling out of the chair.
Mm-hmm.
Little sticky stick.
Mm-hmm.
And there he is talking Kate into signing documents that are illegal, that are going to get her thrown in jail.
Really, darling, it's quite all right. I'll come visit you.
So she just loves her man. Look at that. She just loves her man. Come on. Come on, relax. So Gibbs is pretty useless as an assistant.
Mm-hmm.
But he and the other guys there decide to go down to the pub and leave the Caverite burning in the oven. And Bedford comes in here, I'm guessing.
Yeah, Bedford's all like, "Oh yes, we're going to be billionaires.
Yeah,
we'll invent all sorts of things." And
this is when he finds out, that he wants to go to the moon. And he's like, "What?" Yes, I have a spear, and I'm going to paint it. And there he shows him the spear. It's made with like railroad bumpers, and it's actually pretty cool.
Yeah,
I love the spear in this. And he's going to use it as a space capsule to go to the moon and check out the moon. That's his dream.
Mm-hmm.
So Bedford now is getting worried because he's like, well, wait a minute. If you go up to the moon, you may die, and then I'm stuck here, and I don't know how to sell this stuff without you. But Caver convinces him to go to the moon with him.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when the furnace explodes.
Yeah.
They're out in
Gibbs,
the yeah, Gibbs left. So
mm-hmm. Yeah.
they're
Yeah,
out
he
in
left it
they're out in the
unattended, and
greenhouse. So luckily they weren't in the house when the whole roof and everything blew up and went up into space.
mm-hmm.
That's anti-gravity right there. And of course, Kate sees this. Ah! And then she goes in to make sure they're okay. And yeah, they survived. They were in the greenhouse. And he runs inside. Gibbs! Gibbs! And she comes in and he blurts out that he's going to go to the moon. And that's they've got space or diving suits there to use for, walking around on the moon.
Mm-hmm.
The thing you don't mention in this film is that a diving suit has a hose that goes into it.
Mm-hmm.
And he somehow bypassed that hose thing, but he doesn't explain that.
Yeah, well, they have like a kind of a early version of a scuba gear or something, like scuba tank. But I don't know if they really talk about it though. I don't remember.
No. So yeah, Kate is like, "You're crazy. You're both crazy. You're going to the moon." So she's not happy. Edward is in the doghouse. She will not make him a sandwich. So, so he's stoking the fire now instead of Gibbs, and make sure the fire's the right temperature. And he's hating life. But hey, he's going to be a billionaire, at least a millionaire, with this Cavorite discovery.
Mm-hmm.
And what the hell?
Well, well, she walks in as Cavor's painting he's painting the capsule with the Cavorite, and she's all like, "Where's Arnold? Is he here? I know he's here."
Yeah.
Oh, because
she's bringing him sandwiches.
Provisions. Right.
She made him a
sandwich.
sandwich. I forgot about that. Yeah, she does. Tea and sandwiches.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, Cameron doesn't want women around. They just make him nervous.
Mm-hmm. And she brings a gun.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. She brings a gun for protection, an elephant gun. Mm-hmm. And he goes off on her. It's like, we are not going to be running into elephants on the moon.
Really, madam? Really, madam? No. Really, madam? No.
So finally, he puts Arnold out there to talk to her because get rid of her. He wants her gone. And she's telling him that she forgives him for going off on this crazy scheme, and she doesn't realize yet that he's had her sign illegal papers, and she's going to probably go to jail. She'll find that out a little later. So, yeah, she still loves him. She, what is it about bad boys? And he's looking at the moon. Like, I can't believe we're going to go to the moon. This is when the creditor comes to the house and says, "Well, ma'am, we find that you have signed documents selling this property, and the property belongs to blah, 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 blah. So we are suing you, and you will go to jail." And she freaks out, of course, as you would normally would.
Mm-hmm.
And she runs over to the hot house there. And they are ready to take off. I mean, they're ready. They are in the actual sphere. They've got all their provisions in the sphere. They're going to go to the moon like now. Mm-hmm. And he's like, "Oh my God, she's outside!" pull her in, because they're going to fly
just
out
banging.
Any second they're going to fly off, so he has Bedford pull her in, which he does. And then the sphere takes off. I mean, like the minute he closes that door on the top, the sphere takes off through the roof. Boom, headed toward the moon. And you got to admire Caver's ability to navigate before navigation was even a thing. And I love Lionel Jeffries' look in this scene with the little hat with the brim tipped up.
Mm-hmm.
That little walrus mustache. We'll put weights in your shoes. She's experiencing anti-gravity.
Mm-hmm.
And they have these little like upright hammocks they climb into. And of course, there's only two of them. And there's not enough for a third. And the calculations of her being added to the weight on the trip changes everything.
Mm-hmm.
But Edward's glad to, I'm sorry, Arnold is glad Edward is the actor's name. Arnold is glad that Kate's on board.
Mm-hmm.
Even though she's wanting to wring his neck right now. And they're eating sardines.
Yes.
That's their rations. Forget the tang.
That's it. Nope.
Forget the ice cream. It's through a tube.
This was like Kippers, I think.
That's sardines.
That's all. Yeah, you're right. Sorry.
That's sardines. So evidently they've been eating a lot of sardines because when Arnold sees them, he's like, oh God, again. So, hey, it's canned food. I mean, it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
They're taking canned provisions with them. I'm not sure if I think it was maybe World War I, where they actually were sending out canned rations to soldiers out in the field.
Mm-hmm.
But this
actually, it's went back as far back as the Napoleonic War. They were doing canned food. Yeah.
So yeah. So I don't know if you ever had K. Well, of course you've had K rations.
Hey, right.
I mean, you're military.
More than I care to remember, sir.
I love the chocolate and crackers, though. Anyway, my favorite. Cookie and chocolate and crackers. In a can. Open them with a P38 can opener.
Yeah.
I could do it in about 20 cranks. So don't ask me how I know that. I counted. So yeah, they're going towards the moon, but actually they're going towards the sun because she opens one of the blinds or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she opens one of the
Oh, how do we look out here? No. And they start going toward the sun, and he has to get them back on course again.
Mm-hmm.
So she didn't mean to do it, but hey, she almost killed him. And she's being nice and motherly and, putting a little coat over Caver when he's sleeping. And here is where she forgives him for almost sending her to the clink.
Yeah.
To slam her. Oh my God. What? This guy must be hung like a horse or something. Jeez. Okay, I forgive you. You almost killed me. But I forgive you again. You almost sent me to prison. That's a good woman there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, she brought along a chicken.
Yes, she brought chickens.
Or
We actually skipped over the funniest bit in the movie when Caver finds out that they're not married, and he tells her, "Kindly leave the room," and they're in space. You know.
Yeah.
And then they all laugh about it. Kindly leave the room. Madam, kindly leave the room. So they all laugh, have a good laugh about that. And now they're almost at the moon. Now, what Caver doesn't realize is, yes, this one of these chickens probably is going to lay eggs, and they can have some fresh eggs, fried up. Maybe. I don't know if they got a hot plate in there or not, but if they go back closer to the sun, they can cook it. So anyway, they land on the moon. I'm just making stupid shit up. And it rolls, when it lands. But again, the railroad bumpers that are on all the corners of the thing keep them from, squashing.
Mm-hmm.
And the view is magnificent. And they realize, well, wait a minute. If Kate is in the compartment here and we go outside, she's going to die. All the air is going to suck out of the room. So we can't go for a walk. We can't go out. And I think it's Judd who says, well, wait a minute. There's these compartments here are airtight, right? We could put her in one of the compartments and then we'll give her like a little knock on the ship and she can come out after we've left and close the door. And that's what they do. So they can go for their walk. And Caver tells him, if you want to talk, touch helmets. It's kind of like holding your head up to a glass on the wall to listen to your neighbors at the Hotel 6. Yeah. So, yeah, they go out for a walk. And again, there's not as much gravity. So they can jump around, leap around, have a good time. They've got a view of the Earth. And Kate's watching from the window as they do their shtick. And she's enjoying watching them jump around.
Yeah, you can see they got like tanks on their backs.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. They have some kind of air tank.
They borrowed that from Captain Nemo.
That's one of them little tiny tanks from the back. And Caver jumps to a place where he gets stuck. And Bedford has to pull him out. And then he puts the flag and the note down where he left it. And,
claims the moon for the Queen.
He claims the moon for the Queen of England, yeah.
Queen Victoria at the time, yeah.
Correct. Late 1800s. I guess late 1880s? Because the film was supposed to take place, again, the current time is like 62, 64.
It's like 1899. It's 1899, I think.
1899, okay.
Yeah, because I think they're talking about, next year is going to be the new century and all that. Yep. Or either 1899 or 1900. But I think it's like 1899.
Or 1999. The moon moves out of its orbit. And we take away half the Mission Impossible cast with us. So, I guess.
Oh, this is when Caver got stuck. Yep.
Oh, Caver got stuck. Okay. Yeah. We talked about that earlier.
Yep.
I thought that happened before he planted the flag and the note, but I guess not. I guess after.
Yeah.
So they find an entrance that looks like it's been made by something,
Mm-hmm.
To the underground of the moon. And again, this was all what H.G. Wells and Jules Verne were about, or hey, well, let's go down to the center of the moon, the center of the earth, see what's inside, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it opens, and one of the guys falls in
Mm-hmm.
and loses his helmet. And they're like, oh, well, I guess we got to go down and get the helmet. But they can breathe.
There's air down here. We can breathe.
They can breathe there, but they need the helmet to get back to the ship. But they can breathe.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're happy about that. So yeah, there's a system there that allows them to breathe under the ground. And as they are making their way around the caverns there, the Selenites, which are kind of like ant-men, they come upon them. And they're holding spears, and they're coming up on both sides of them. And Bedford says, I'm gonna fight. And against Caver's wishes, yeah, he has a fight there, and he knocks a couple of these Selenites over the edge. And then there's just too darn many of them. And Caver's not fighting. But they managed to stave him off. And they said, we got to find the helmet and get back to the ship. So they go back outside. They get the helmet. They go back outside. And the ship is gone. And it's the place where they planted the flag and the note. So it should be there, but it's not. And they realize it's been dragged by Selenites underneath the moon, under the moon surface somewhere. Mm-hmm. So they find a great door. They manage to open it, even though it's humongous. And they manage to get through it. Meanwhile, the Selenites are taking apart the ship, and Kate's wanting to blast them with her elephant gun.
Mm-hmm. See, she knew. We better take a gun because you never know.
Women are always right. Listen to them. For some reason, Caver has taken off his diving suit. And he doesn't explain. Wait a minute. Has he?
Yeah, he's taking it off.
Yeah. I knew there was a point in the film where it's like, well, wait a minute, why is he taking his suit off? It's
like, yeah.
Is he signaling to the others he's going to stay? So they run into a giant centipede cow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it comes after them. Chases after them. Yummy, yummy. Mm-hmm. Dinner time. Mm-hmm. And the Selenites, well, we haven't gotten to that point yet. They try to run into some crystals, giant crystals that are underneath the moon there. And the creature's just banging through the crystals with its head. Yes, Bedford is still in his suit, but Caver is completely out of his deep sea diving suit now. He's just left it. And he's the one that the bull is coming after to eat. And it's knocking pieces of crystal on him, which look like styrofoam. That effect wasn't so great.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the Selenites come along, and they have a ray gun that kills the cow, and they take Caver with them. Yes.
Yeah, that's just
So
their.
Bedford is watching them kill the bull with their laser gun things. And it goes down, and it goes on its belly, and this is funny because it's a like an X-ray thing, and they've got Kate in it, and she's all skeletonized, but it's talking like her. You let me out of here, you. And one of the big Selenites takes Kate's shoe, and he's inspecting it. And she wants to clonk him. You have no right to do this. I'm an American citizen. Before Karen's, there was Kate. So Caver comes in, and she's happy to see him. And he starts to communicate with the Selenites. They seem to understand, or they are starting to understand English. Now, I guess Arnold is given up too, because he's taking his wetsuit off, his deep sea diver suit off. And he's probably traumatized and depressed because he just watched them hork down a giant space cow.
Yeah.
The Selenites. That's got to be traumatizing. So the skeleton for that thing is hysterical. Anyway, it looks like Jack Skellington. So Kate and Caver go down to meet the big guy, the head honcho. Literally the head honcho. He's like 50% head, 50% body.
Yeah, well, they're showing him their energy source, like this big giant crystal thingy.
If you don't trust somebody from another planet, by all means, show them your energy source.
Exactly.
They're not very smart aliens. Very trusting. What am I looking at here?
Oh, the Selenites are
sphere. The
pulling
Selenites
tearing
taking pieces
apart.
off the sphere. And he's like, "Well, wait a minute. That's my sphere. You have no right to, pull it apart." They want to inspect it. Seriously, there are a lot of undertones here. Everything that the Selenites are doing is preparing for an invasion of Earth. So the moon at that time, 1900 or what have you, evidently they had been watching Earth, just like the Mars people were watching Earth from War of the Worlds, and they're like, "Hey, they have a pretty nice life down there. I think we want to take that over." So, yeah. Now, the Selenites, when the dark side of the moon comes around, that's when they sleep. But the way they sleep, they stand up and they're covered with like a web, like a cocoon, and then they sleep. And they don't work for several hours, and then when the sun comes through again, I guess they come back. And there it is. Judd is watching, or Arnold, I should say. And he tries to convince Caver and Kate to let's get the hell out of here now while we can.
Mm-hmm.
And Caver's like, oh, there's so much we could learn. Waffle, waffle. And the dark side of the moon is up. And the power source starts up again, and the people start to go, the Selenites, I should say, start to go back to work. And there's the big guy.
Mm-hmm. It kind of reminds me of the Wizard of Oz almost.
Yeah, there's some certain undertones of that. You could silence, whippersnapper.
Except, this guy ain't faking. He's the real deal.
Yes, he isn't. It's not like there's a littler guy underneath behind the curtain.
There's nobody behind the curtain.
Look at the other even littler Selenite behind that curtain over there. Nope, that's the guy. So Caver sits down and starts to talk about mankind, and the questions that the Selenites are asking are mostly about war and invasion and how does that work, and can we possibly do something like that? What do you think? I mean, it's not that obvious, but it's pretty obvious. Mm-hmm. So meanwhile, Kate and Bedford get the sphere back together again. We're getting the sphere back together again.
They're on a mission from God.
But there's one window that's not working properly. So that's so Arnold has to go and get Caver to fix it. Mm-hmm. And Caver doesn't really want to have anything to do with them anymore. He just wants to learn about the Selenites and what they're on what they're doing. Mm-hmm. So he's being honest with them. And the big guy, you just got the feeling like he's just trying to, get as much information out of him as he can, and then he's gonna send his boys, his flying monkeys, off to attack her.
I send a little bug ahead of time to take some of the courage out of them.
So anyway, but Bedford comes up and says, hey, Caver, you got to come help us. I'm in the middle of a meeting, a very important meeting with the head honcho. But he actually goes back to the ship and fixes the problem with the shutter, the window shutter. Now go, get lost. I'm busy.
Yep.
I guess the Selenites are heading back to the ship because they realize that they're putting the ship back together so they can leave. Mm-hmm. And they don't want them to leave and warn Earth of an invasion. Mm-hmm. Nasty Selenites. So again, Caver is just trying to communicate with these Selenites and learn from them, and he's like, no, I'm going to stay. He said, come on, Caver. Come into your sphere. We got to go back to Earth. No, I'm going to stay. You go. You take Kate with you. Have a good trip. Bon voyage. and he's off to talk to the big guy again. So they hit the shutters, and the ship takes off. Bam! Right through the opening there, which means now, I guess the air's going to suck out of the. I don't know, but it flies up through the. I guess you would call that a door, and up into space, away from the moon. And then we come back to present time, and Bedford tells the rest of them, we splashed into the ocean, and Kate and I lived together for a long time, and then she passed. You know, that kind of thing. Would you like to play some pinochle? And it's an amazing story. They're all very impressed with, you know, what he told them, and it all kind of jives. And they're watching on TV, a black and white TV, the moon landing, and the moon guys, the astronauts have found the opening that Bedford was talking about, but it looks like the civilization is gone. It's all died and crumbled, and the whole place starts to collapse around the astronauts, and they get away. And while everybody's watching the TV show, Bedford goes to the window and he looks up at the moon through a telescope of his. And his last comment in the movie is, "Poor Kaffir, he had such a terrible cold." He's laughing. It's like, he killed the Selenites with his cold. This is H.G. Wells for you. You know, I'm going to kill him with the smallest thing possible, a germ. Whole civilization. And this is true. I mean, people that have gone to visit, you know, people in places that are away from civilization, yeah, they bring man's famine, not famine,
diseases
to them, you know, and wipe out, wipe out whole civilizations, you know, because of our stupidity. And let's go talk to him. Let's go see if we can give him a Coke and a smile. So, there it is. And we have the music. Da, 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 da. Now, here's the thing. It's just kind of strange. I love the music for this movie, by the way. It's by Laurie Johnson, who did the music for a lot of British TV shows, including The Avengers, and I believe Danger Man, too, as well. Great composer. But for most of the Schneer films with Ray Harryhausen effects, it was Bernard Herrmann that did the soundtracks. So I'm not quite sure why Bernard Herrmann didn't do this one. But there it is. This was Laurie Johnson instead. So we got through the timeline. I was worried for a second there, but we got through it. We got through it okay. And again, this is an entertaining film. I remember trying to show Mysterious Island to my nephew one time, and I thought that movie was it. I thought that training film was the bee's knees, as we used to say, with pirates and Captain Nemo and giant bees and chickens and crabs and stuff, and he just would have none of it. He just did not find it entertaining at all. And compared to that one, this one is a little not as good, not as many effects, but still entertaining. And again, I guess the takeaway from last episode and this one is, if you're up against aliens and they're not good aliens, give them a cold, sneeze on them. Get rid of them that way. They can't handle our germs.
Nope.
So shake their hand. Wipe your nose.
Before you go,
hand.
Wipe it.
Don't wear your mask. And let's start the chain reaction that needs to happen. That's terrible. But hey, that's what we do on this show. we try to tell you how to defeat monsters and invaders, and that there it is. So next show we're going to do next week is going to be Journey to the Center of the Earth with Pat Boone and James Mason. And then after that, at the end of the month, the last Thursday of the month, we will do The Time Machine, also from the early 60s. Made Rod Taylor a thing in the 60s. Good movie. And the Morlocks. Creepy. So we've got a lot of good stuff coming up. Also, you might want to watch Roland Pruitt's Kaiju Review. They've been doing the rebirth of Mothra films. I actually loaned one of my shirts to Roland for his last episode. And then they'll be going back to Godzilla movies soon, very soon. So a lot of fun on that show. Tuesdays, same time, 7 Eastern time. And thank you very much for coming and joining us. Havoc, thank you so much for keeping us running like a well-oiled machine.
I do my best, sir.
This time.
Yep.
And keep an eye out for those aliens and invaders.
This here's Master Sgt. Havoc. Thank you for watching this episode of the Big Monster Briefing Room. Now, why don't you go ahead and give us a like and subscribe to our channel and ring that notification bell next time a big old giant monster comes calling. See y'all later.